Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Lufenia Plus video for the latest story event. Well, not so much story, the latest release towards the story. Let me just check what is it called. It should be, let's see, chapter Act 3, Chapter 5, Part 1, Gathering Bearers and Trusted Principle. So yeah, that is the Lufenia Plus fight that we're doing. So right off the bat I noticed that the boss is actually not very, well, his defense is not particularly spectacular. I was doing cap damage even without Setzer's Rainbow. I kind of expected them to get you or get players to do rainbow damage, because that's the whole kit around Egress crystal thing, right? Because if he, from the way I read it at least, because I am not planning to build him. I mean, I have his kit, I'm just not planning to use him. So the way I understand is that when there is this crystal debuff on the boss, he will actually do like a cause attack. He will do an attack before the opponent attacks, and then there is an 80% chance of it being rainbow. That's the way I understand it. So I thought that they will actually get us to do rainbow damage, because granted there isn't many options, so it might cause people to pull for the character at least. But thankfully it's just for the orb at least, it's just applying a debuff or special effect that has a level on it, and it has to be level 2 or more on the target's turn. So the boss has to take a turn, and the debuff has to be level 2 or higher when after the boss takes its turn. It has to be 2 or higher on the boss's turn. So I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not sure whether you can burst the boss down within 15 turns. It seems like it's very possible, but if not, then even letting the boss take a few turns isn't much of an issue. I'm not exactly sure how much damage this recast that you're about to see does. And there's two variations of it. One is above 50% and one is when the boss is below 50%. And both variations I have no idea how much damage it does, because Setzer's around. Whatever brave gain that the boss is going to get, it is just negated by Setzer's freeze ability. There we go. 0, and the boss will always come out of break whenever he does his recast, so that's something to take note. At 50%, or less than 50%, if I'm not wrong, the boss actually does an attack, that recast attack, that there you go, it becomes single target, and it nullifies HP and Brv reduction. Yeah, correct. HP or Brv reduction, so people like Gladio will still take damage. So there are other options, you can always go for evasion with Galuf, or 8, he just got his LD bots, so that's something, basically we have a new toy, right? The thing is that it is a magic attack, so Galuf will only counter once and not twice, because he counters a physical, not magical. He will only counter with his LD special follow-up. So I'm sure that you guys are noticing, I believe that I'm still doing cap damage if I'm not wrong. And he did summon a minion in it. They did say that at the very beginning that it does a powerful attack on its second turn, something like that. And honestly I'm not exactly sure what happens, because I do not believe any of the ads actually took 2 turns. I'm not sure. yeah, so it mainly just does AOE brave damage, and with buds around, I mean we're not in any danger of dying. Also, I noticed that the break boost, they increased it. I didn't really realize it until right now, when the bosses and the minions get a punch of brave when they break me. So I decided to go for the burst right here. A bit, how would I say? I was actually quite complacent because I was looking at the damage that I was doing. And I was like, hey, that's a lot of damage. You know, even with some reduction, I'm pretty sure that with buds and ace burst effect up, we should be able to basically destroy this boss. And yes, I was right. It was just that towards the end of the fight, the boss's defense was actually skyrocketed, and I wasn't really doing much damage without the rainbow numbers from Setzer. So yeah, you might want to save more of your damage towards the end of the fight, especially I believe it was the 49% mark where the next stat gain text came up. Yeah. So I mean, right here you can see even Setzer. I mean, look at Setzer's damage. Setzer is not known to be able to do damage, and he's hitting almost capped. So yeah, I believe the stat gain was after the 49% mark, which is why Ace is doing so much, even though his fixed dice. I believe his fixed dice actually ran out. Yeah, and I didn't want to apply it on my friend Buds. I actually brought my friend Buds early, and the reason why I didn't want to do that is because Buds is not there for his damage. He's just there for his burst effect and his aura. That's it. So my Buds came back, and interestingly, they have not fixed that sword animation. You know, when Buds is holding a sword and he's just floating in the air. Yeah, they have not fixed it. You can see right here in the video. Yeah, so right here, powers at its highest. I believe that was the last. That was the stat boost that skyrocketed the boss's defense, because if you notice, blind start was only doing 2000 as compared to the 10,000 that it was doing just a few seconds ago. Yeah, look at that. Ace damage just dropped off immediately, and I immediately noticed it, and I decided, even though Buds had a few more duration on his fixed dice, I just opted to put the fixed dice on Ace again, because he is the main focus for the fixed dice, not Buds. So right here is when things get very scary, in the sense of the boss will do a single target attack on my party members, and if I'm not wrong, the reason why I summoned was because Setzer wasn't going to take his turn soon, and I needed him to apply freeze again, because freeze actually ran out. So yeah, that's the reason why I went to summon. I didn't want anyone to take damage, even though I should be able to tank it out or heal it up. You know, I mean, I should be able to tank it and then heal up, either go into summon or passively from Alexander's blessing. Another interesting thing is that the boss will always resummon the ads after it does its recast ability. So you can plan when you want to, you know, if you're running the same team comp as me, you can plan when you want to do jackpot trial or doing the HP variant of it, so that when the ad is out, then you can apply it to both the ad and the boss. Yeah. Another thing is that the boss recast count or recast gauge meter filled is actually pretty fast. I believe it's 2 turns before it's full, either 2 or 3 turns. I believe if you get broken, it is 2 turns. If you don't, then it is 3 turns. But it is really fast, and it also seems like the boss will not do any HP damage outside his recast ability, unless it has a lot of brave, you know, like max brave or something like that. But other than that, it is mainly AOE brave damage. It has not done, from the way I was playing, it did not do any AOE brave HP damage outside its recast at when it's above 50%. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, pretty tanky towards the end of the fight, mainly because of the reduction in amount of Brv that we're doing. So if I were to do this again, I would actually save my Jet Call for when right now, basically, and use Kurasame earlier. So because Kurasame has 2 calls, so you can afford to let one drop off. The only worry is that because Kurasame's debuff works in a sense of it starts at 1, or rather when you do the claw, I believe it's either 2 or 3, and then you will go to 4, 5, and then go back to 1. So if the boss takes too many turns, it might actually reset to 1, and you will not increase the op count if it's too low. So yeah, that's something to be slightly careful of. I mean, it's not a big deal. There's always summon, there's always burst phase, on off chance that the debuff is not able to increase the op. Or alternatively, you can just use the Jack call or your other Kurasame call, and then you'll immediately increase the op count. Other than Jack requires you to do an additional hit, but that's guaranteed because you use a Jack call, it applies the first level, and then your character does a move and applies the second one. So it's almost guaranteed to go to the second level. So right here I actually did Jackpot Triad because I wanted to apply the blind start on the ad, and also to do damage to it, but mainly to put the blind start on it so that when it triggers, it also does damage to the boss. That is the main focus. So yes, the op count is getting a little bit low, but it should increase right about now. Yeah, look at it. Kurasame's call is actually at 1, and it didn't increase the op there. Yeah, it didn't increase. Look at it. So yeah, that's something to be careful of. So you don't want you can time it to the point where if Kurasame's call is getting too low, then all you have to do is just well, you can like I said, use your other Kurasame call or apply the Jack call. So Jack's call is very important, so I suggest you save it for the later part of the fight. So you notice that right there, the op count is getting really low. I need the boss to take the turn, if not, it's a guaranteed wipe. So yeah, just making sure that nobody has any quick turns. Right here I was actually deciding what should I do with Assessor, because I don't really want to use my Freeze Joker because there's one more turn on it on the boss, and I don't really want to use Dive Bomb because there's only one left. So my only options are Red Card or HP, but I decided to just use the Freeze because I was thinking to myself, you know what, the boss has only 13% health. I don't believe that he will be able to get to his next recast, so I decided to just use the Freeze because I didn't want to delay the boss. I was actually kind of afraid that the boss would get pushed back, and then I accidentally make a mistake and then the boss just activate the op. So yeah, that's the reason why. So another interesting thing is that I'm not exactly sure why, but you saw that the op actually increased by a lot, even though one debuff is only supposed to increase it by 8 counts of the op. So I believe 2 debuffs triggered there. Not exactly sure what was the second one. Maybe it was yeah, there was only Kurasame's call on him, so I'm not exactly sure why it increased twice. But yeah, this is something interesting to take note. I believe somewhere in the middle of the fight that happened as well. Not sure why it increased, and I'm not sure why it increased even though the boss did not take a turn. Somewhere in the middle of the fight. But yeah, that was something interesting. So I'm pretty sure people will be exploiting it, but I'm not exactly sure how to get it to trigger. So right here there are 2 ads on the field, not really big thing. As long as you kill the boss, it is just a guaranteed win, because as long as you kill one ad, it doesn't matter how many ads spawns after that. Once you kill the boss, the battle is over. So yeah, 7% health, look at that. Still have some rainbow damage here and there, which is really saving the fight because Butts burst actually fell off already. So yeah, still managing to do cap damage, I believe, on the ads at least. So not so sure if I was doing that on the boss, but let's see. Let's take a look. I believe it should trigger really soon. 1.2. Sorry, 129. There we go. Is that 800 and or was it 88? Yeah, it wasn't as much as the ads because of, well, the amount of insane defense that the boss had at this point of the fight. There we go. So it's doing once. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but yeah, without the rainbow, he's doing once. Yeah, 88,000. Not much. But with this, yes, I'll be hitting cap. So yeah, I didn't have to worry about that. 3% health, blind start is still going on. I don't have to worry about it. Believe that was still, yeah, he's still at 2%, but with Brv Hp is going to bring him down to 1. And yeah, I believe after that he just dies to blind start. There we go. The blind start doing damage even though it's on the ad. He actually brought the boss down to 1%. There we go. And blind start triggers and he's dead. So yeah guys, quite an easy fight actually. Definitely doable. I'm pretty sure most people are able to clear it. So yeah guys, this is the end of the video and I'll see you guys in the next one.